Hello, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition to the W Mason Coaches Report. My name is Rachel, and I'm joined today by head women's basketball coach Danielle Santos Atkinson. Coach, how are you doing today?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, Coach. Well, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas with your family, and looking forward to a Happy New Year. But I hope you had some time to enjoy some downtime with family. So just talk about how your week at home went, spending some extra time with family.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, as it's been for everybody, 2020 has been definitely a year that's come with some challenges and some adversity and some stress, to say the least. And so I think that reset for everybody. I'm so happy that our players were able to get the opportunity to be able to go home and spend time with their families. And again, I think for myself and for the staff, it was just a good reset to clear your mind, to clear your head, and to evaluate this first part of the season and to have a clearer and better look at what we would like this next portion of our season to look like. And so I enjoyed it. Got to spend some time with the girls in Cleveland, which is always fun, and just enjoyed Christmas with the four of us.
Great. Well, as you mentioned, non-conference schedule for this season in the books. Finished non-conference 2-4. So what are some things, as you mentioned, you got to reflect that you liked from non-conference that you've maybe been working on this week, getting back into practice?
Yeah, like I've always said, I think this team does a great job of competing. I think they want to win. They have a desire to be better as a team and individually. And so I've really enjoyed that part about our team. And these next few days and things that we want to work on going into the second part of our season is sharpening up the fundamentals. How can we be more disciplined in the things that we do offensively and defensively, and really defining our identity and who we're going to be the second part of the season, where we're going to hang our hat, how we're going to hang our hat, and what that looks like, and how that'll manifest itself every single time we step out on the floor, whether that be practice or in games. So really just being able to have a great foundation of our fundamentals, and then being able to build on that and really defining our identity for going into conference play.
And now, Coach, it almost feels like it's been quite a while since we talked, maybe because it has been. Your game against Mount St. Mary's on the 22nd canceled due to Mount St. Mary's having a positive result within their program. On the other hand, the team you faced this weekend, William and Mary, also had their game on the 22nd canceled. So what has this, like we talked about, your downtime meant? How are you going to prepare for the games this weekend?
Yeah, one of the unique things, not only in our preparation for William and Mary, but in our preparation going into conference play, is our new schedule of playing back-to-back games. So that's been a focus for ours going into conference of how we'll manage those back-to-back games, not only from a personnel perspective, but also from a scouting perspective. And so making sure that we're ready and have a great solid plan within our staff and amongst what we're doing going into our game plan for those back-to-back games is one of the things that we've really been working on, and making sure we've got everybody up to speed in what it is that we're doing. And then also William and Mary, they've got some great players, a player individually that can shoot the ball really, really well and has put up big numbers for them. So this week we've really focused on our defense and how we're able to make adjustments defensively when needed. We like to change up defenses. We have this whole non-conference play, so continuing to work on that and how we change up our defense and keep the offense on their heels.
You talk about defense, something we've talked about throughout the season, throughout the non-conference season specifically. Still played all 6 games this season, causing 20 or more turnovers per game. Got you up in the national ranks, which is pretty exciting to see. But just what are your defensive strategies, obviously without giving too many away, and shutting down William and Mary, Sydney Wagner? Just talk about what your defensive strategy is going to be going into that weekend.
Yeah. So for us defensively, one of the things that we want to do is have a plan and have a solid foundation in how we want to play defensively. When we have that, we're going to look to do that every single game. Regardless of our opponent, we're going to do what we do defensively. For us, that's being aggressive and being in the passing lanes. We want to put pressure on the ball. We want to make the next pass tough. When we do that, we want to make sure we have a lot of help side. So we want to be a great pressure team. We want to be a great denial team, and we want to be a team that has really great help side defense. So for us, that's what we're going to want to do in every game that we go into, is force people into turnovers, which then creates offense for us. But defensively for us, we've got to stay solid in our fundamentals. Like I said, they've got some great shooters. One of the things that we're working on and that we have to, you say in one regard, we're in the top of the country, and not at the top, but we're ranked in forcing turnovers. But on the other side of things, we're allowing a lot of three-point shot attempts and makes. And we're allowing a very high field goal percentage there as well. And so one of the things we have to do that will be important going into this William & Mary game is limiting three-point attempts and forcing people to have to put the ball on the floor and running them off the line and forcing some other shot opportunities.
And on the offensive side of the ball, you've had at least 3 players reach double figures in all 6 of your non-conference games as well. We've talked about how you can go to any one of your players at any given time to have a big game. But who do you see standing out this weekend against William & Mary?
Again, I know I say it all the time, but we've got to rely on everyone. We really do. There is the ability for any of those players to step up any given night and be able to score the ball. We've got to be solid, and we've got to be fundamental offensively in what it is that we're doing. We want to play fast. We want to push and run. The only way we can do that is if we take care of the ball. So one of our emphasis is going to be making sure that we take care of the ball. We want to be able to create offense off of our defense, but we've got to be able to do that in a way that keeps us sharp and creates rhythm shots that we're ready to rebound. And so for us, anybody has the ability to step up, and we're looking to all of them to be able to make plays for themselves and make plays for each other. And every night we step out there, that's what they've got to be thinking. We want to share the basketball and get great rhythm shots. Who that is and when that is definitely going to be determined based on how we get out there and perform.
And then, Coach, following the William & Mary series, which will be we'll talk ahead of next weekend about the Northeastern series, but then you jump back into the Thursday-Saturday series. You'll have a little bit of a day break with the CAA back-to-back schedule. So just looking ahead, what is it gonna be like for your team preparing for maybe a little bit of a nice break in the schedule and then having to go back-to-back games for the rest of the season?
Yeah, so with that break, it's great to have that day in between. We will go home and home. So there is that traveling aspect that we'll have between those 2 games. But again, having that day in between will help us with our preparation and playing the same team. Now you've got time to come back and reevaluate that first game and make any adjustments necessary that you feel that you need to make. With the back-to-back games, those adjustments and the changes is a really quick turnaround. So you probably won't make too many changes. You'll make minor adjustments in what it is that you want to do, but going in with the solid game plan in both games, having that extra day, it will allow us to have a little bit more of evaluation. With our travel, it gives us a little bit of time to get back, get rested, and then get ready for our next game.
Okay, Coach. Well, as always, going to worry about those first 2 games this weekend at William & Mary first, January 2nd and 3rd. 2:00 at William & Mary. And Coach, I wish you the best of luck this weekend and for the entirety of the conference season. And thank you very much for taking the time to join me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.